Welcome back. You're watching News Tonight. In a clear U-turn from her earlier request, life convict in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, Nalini Sriharan now says that she's okay with this staying at the Vellore prison and does not want to be shifted to Puer jail anymore. Her lawyer who met her this morning says Nalini believes conditions in the Vellore jail are better now and she no longer wants a transfer. Only recently, Nalini had asked Tamil scholars also at the World Classical Tamil Conference to back her plea for an early release. It was colors of the rainbow that greeted the people who visited the Marina Beach today as members of the LGBT community participated in an enthusiastic Pride March, the second such parade in 2 years, and a year after homosexuality was legalized in the country. This year, even close friends and family members of the LGBT community participated in the march.
It was a carnival. Happy faces, Batman masks, colorful ribbons and placards filled the electrifying atmosphere. About 300 members of the LGBT community took part in the second edition of the Pride March to celebrate freedom and call for the empowerment. The march clearly showed an increase in support for them from last year.
The opportunity to learn how this really links to so many other issues as well. You know, it's not like a minority issue. Having an atmosphere that's open to sexual rights of all people is a fundamental part of having an inclusive and democratic society.
Look at the crowd, half of it is actually family and friends. It's really important that we are here, they are there with us to support us and validate who we are.
It is the first Pride March after consensual sex between the same gender was decriminalized by the Delhi High Court. Activists at the Pride March called for the judgment to be upheld by the Supreme Court and sought inclusion in the national census.
We want an end to discrimination. We want protection against discrimination. We want in the national census transgender persons to be included in the category that they want to identify as and not as necessarily as only male or female as it currently is.
Hues may vary, humanity does not. Inspired by these words of Subramaniam Bharadiyar, these people celebrate their humanity setting aside their sexual orientation in this Pride March. In Chennai, Lok Priya for NDTV Hindu.
Anirudh Vasudevan, the director of Shakti Resource Center and also an LGBT rights activist, joined us in our studio and told us how the visibility of his community has increased since homosexuality was legalized last year and the increasing support that LGBT community members are getting from their own family and friends.
Well, not very, except maybe in terms of visibility, people talking more about it, people hearing more about it, events being held. In terms of visibility, in terms of the media paying more attention to it, yes, which I think is really crucial. But I don't know if we still have any sort of markers of social change that we can actually look at. I mean, it's not that last year we did have friends and family marching, but we definitely had more this time, which was really heartening to see, considering that family and acceptance within the family seems to be of crucial importance to LGBT communities. Definitely very happy about that.
In other news, police in Chennai have detained a 40-year-old man a day after the body of a 6-year-old girl was found in a decomposed state in a lake in Korattur. Our crime reporter Salim has more.
6-year-old Gauri, the daughter of a construction worker, was sleeping in this hut before she was found missing last week. A search led police to a decomposed body in Korattur Lake. Gauri's parents were taken to the scene where they identified the remains as that of their daughter.
போலீஸ்காரங்க வந்து பார்த்துருக்காங்க பார்த்து கால் ரெண்டு இல்லை ரெண்டு கை இல்லை குழந்தை பாடி மட்டும் விளையாண்டு எடுத்து மருத்துவமனையில் கொண்டு போய் கொடுத்துருக்கோம் கேம்ஸில் கொண்டு போய் கொடுத்துருக்கோம்.
We can still notice the sketch of the body on the ground where probably the body was lying for almost 5 days. The decomposed body of 6-year-old Gauri was recovered from this place. The construction workers working in that site actually noticed a few crows pecking on a body. Taking a closer look, they noticed that it was a body of a 6-year-old child and they alerted the police. Police are awaiting the postmortem report to confirm their suspicion that the girl might have been raped before she was killed. A 40-year-old watchman in the area where Gauri lived is under detention for questioning. In Chennai, Salim for NDTV Hindu.
But chain snatching is a common crime in Chennai in which often women are the victims. But what happened today in Triplicane was different. It was a young girl who was caught snatching a chain of an auto driver. Pratiksha reports.
17-year-old Madhumita was taken into custody Saturday after she did the unexpected. She approached an auto rickshaw and snatched the gold chain worn by its driver. The girl, who claims she's an orphan, told the police that she took his chain to help a friend.
I'm standing right now on Victoria Street, and that is the exact spot where auto driver Shekhar had parked his auto. And this is where Madhumita had literally got inside his auto and taken his chain away when he was asleep.
காலையில் மணி 3:30 மணி இருக்கும். எங்கள் பையன் பாத்ரூம் போகிறதுக்கு எந்திரிச்சு போனான். பார்த்தாக்கா ஒரு லேடி உட்காந்துட்டு இருந்தா ஆட்டோவில் முன் சீட்டில். அவர் எங்கள் வீட்டுக்காரர் பின்னாடி உட்காந்து படுத்துட்டு இருந்தார். கொக்கி வந்து டைட்டாக இருந்தது. அது எப்படி கழட்டுன்னு தெரியல. சரின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அந்த ஆட்டோக்காரங்க வந்து பின்னாடி விரட்டிட்டு போனாக்கா அந்த சந்து கொஞ்சம் தூரம் தாண்டி போயிடுச்சு இந்த பொண்ணு. அப்புறம் அந்த போலீஸ் போய் என்ன பண்ணார், பைக்கில் உட்கார வச்சு கூட்டிகிட்டு வந்தார்.
Madhumita was produced at the court in Egmore. The first-time offender, who is under 18 years of age, was sent to the state-run juvenile home. In Chennai, Pratiksha Ramkumar for NDTV Hindu.
Moving on, it was a trip to a temple in Karnataka that one Delhi-based family will always remember, and for all the wrong reasons. They say the temple authorities simply refused to let them take in their child who has cerebral palsy on a wheelchair into the temple. Maya Sharma reports.
The trip to the Sri Ranganatha Swami temple in Srirangapatna near Mysore was a last-minute decision for the family of Anikesh. A decision that ended by causing them pain when their 23-year-old son was not allowed to enter the temple on his wheelchair.
I said, no, I would like to go with the wheelchair. To which he pushed the wheelchair aside, and then old man also in a khaki dress joined him, and they pushed the wheelchair aside and said, you go out from the side, we don't allow wheelchairs.
Was your son sitting in the wheelchair at that time, or were you carrying him?
Yes, he was sitting in the wheelchair, and he said that he was pushed around, which is what actually hurt us. The priest left his job inside the sanctum sanctorum, and he came and he joined them and he said, take them out, take them out.
And just because he can't speak, they just push him around. It was very hurting.
We felt his dignity was hurt.
His self-respect
And his dignity was hurt.
Temple authorities say there was a communication gap because of language, and that no wheelchair is allowed in because of access problems.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವರು ಹಿಂದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅರ್ಚಕರು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿರೋ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Anikesh's parents have decided to take the matter forward and will make a formal complaint to government authorities. Anikesh's family faces challenges enough. A situation in which they are treated rudely and their child's wheelchair is pushed around. That's not a situation that they should have to deal with. Maya Sharma for NDTV.
Time to slip into a short break, but up on the other side, it's whistle blower time. But no, not for the CSK. Stay with us and we'll tell you more.